Tonight on CTV News at 6. Frustration in Brent as the MTO provides an update on Highway 69.
It's a lot of hearsay and we promise you this and promise you that, but they don't come through.
We'll have the latest on the four-laning of the major corridor. Plus positive news from Matagami First Nation, a community under threat of wildfire.
Prevented it from crossing the highway north of the Matagami First Nations. So they had a good day on the fire yesterday.
Our officials say they're still watching this situation closely. And the city of Greater Sudbury, the latest in the north to institute a full fire ban as extreme dry conditions continue across the region.
CTV News at 6 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight in Kapuskasing, where the OPP are investigating a sudden death. Paramedics were called to a home on Bowman Avenue where a person was in medical distress. The individual has been taken to hospital where they were later pronounced dead. The OPP crime unit, the coroner's office, and forensic pathology service have been called in to assess the scene. One person was seriously injured after a crash in Magnetawan last night. Police were called to Highway 510 near Arrow Drive where a passenger vehicle and pedestrian were involved between 8 and 8:20 last night. The vehicle left the scene before police arrived. They're looking to identify the driver of the SUV, which is believed to be black in color, last seen traveling southbound on Highway 510. Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. Residents packed the Royal Canadian Legion in Brent last night seeking answers on why the four-laning of Highway 69 is taking so long. The Ministry of Transportation unveiled new proposals for a 20-kilometer stretch through Henvey Inlet First Nation. But as CTV's Amanda Hicks reports, there is still no end in sight.
Local patience has run out for the Highway 69 project, decaying in the planning phase for nearly 2 decades.
It's a lot of hearsay and we promise you this and promise you that, but they don't come through.
We've been up here 20 years and it was on the table 20 years ago and it's still not done.
We have plans, yes, from 2008 and nothing's been done. It's ridiculous.
The delay stands in contrast to promises made by Premier Doug Ford during a visit to Sudbury.
Highway 69, I've been all over them like an 800-pound gorilla on this one.
But over a year later, not a single kilometer of the remaining 68-kilometer two-lane gap has been widened. For many, the lack of progress is measured in lives lost. Lisa Aho started a petition after her son's friend's parents were killed in a head-on collision in April, which has garnered 10,000 signatures.
When that tragic accident happened, it shifted my focus in a fundamental way because my son's friend, who's at my house all the time, no longer has parents. It's affected my own son. And I'm hoping that with, the public saying that they want it done, that there can be progress.
The MTO and engineering firm Parsons unveiled 3 proposals for the Beckinon Road interchange near the S&N gas station. The new plans would eventually raise the speed limit to 110 kilometers per hour.
Our big concern is the 40 minutes to an hour that this could add to our response onto the highway. And every year we're seeing more and more collisions.
I sell my woodworking and stuff that I make. I sell at S&N, Gas and Convenience. So that intersection that's there, we see everything that happens and having no turning lane and people swerving.
However, there is still no word on a timeline.
They are redoing the environmental assessment, which means that they have to let people know. But the work has been done. We need the political will to put shovel to the ground and get this done.
Timeline is tough to put a finger on. It's not just the government controlling timeline here because we are having conversations with multiple parties and we want to make sure there's a level of satisfaction moving forward.
Both the ministry and Parsons refused on-camera interviews directing CTV News to their Toronto offices. Public feedback will be collected until June 18th, but with an additional environmental review and a detailed design phase, the step finally needed to hire a contractor. We're still a long ways away before shovels go into the ground. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Highway 69 near Britt.
And our apologies for some of the technical difficulties we experienced during that report. We'll have the full pack on our website at CTV News Northern Ontario.ca, and it'll re-air again tonight at 11:30 as well. In the meantime, CTV News did reach out to the Ministry of Transportation Thursday morning in advance of the town hall. We received a response a short time ago telling us the town hall was to share updates and receive feedback. It stopped short of answering any of our questions, commenting on a timeline.
Last night, Go Gamma Fire Department, OPP, and the MNR hosted a town hall.
There was little growth on the Timmins 9 fire today, a positive from Matagami First Nation and Go Gamma. But as CTV's Madison Marier tells us, the fire is still active and still posing a threat.
Last night, Go Gamma Fire Department, OPP, and the MNR hosted a town hall to inform residents of plans in place for a possible evacuation as the fire is less than 7 kilometers away from the community.
There would be buses in place even before the evacuation orders. We've already made arrangements with our partners at Côte Gold to have a few buses available for those who need transportation.
The Timmins 9 fire has grown to over 3,300 hectares as of this afternoon, but the Go Gamma fire chief says that the weather has been helpful.
Didn't grow that much yesterday, which was good. They did have a lot of relative humidity. The clouds came in for us yesterday, and the water bombers hit it hard, and they prevented it from crossing the highway north of the Matagami First Nations. So they had a good day on the fire yesterday.
It's a day-by-day basis that we're going by. We recognize that a lot of what we will be doing is dependent, solely on what's happening with the fire. And the little bit of good news that we had today about it not crossing and that it's raining a bit.
The communities are also crediting MNR fire rangers for their efforts.
It's a little bit smoky, but they hit the fire pretty hard yesterday, so it's not, you don't see no flames or anything.
There was a lot of anxiety, which there is in any of these situations, but Ministry of Natural Resources was really good at explaining their role and providing the information that people needed.
I think sometimes you don't recognize it until you're put in a position where your home and the place you love and the people that are part of your community are at risk. So we just want to extend that gratitude out to the MNR and all of the people, including our fire department.
Fowler says that he is not leaving and is dedicating himself to protecting the community and providing updates on social media, while the fire is less than 6 kilometers away from Matagami. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
While Go Gamma has not evacuated, more than 160 residents from Matagami First Nation are on their way to Barrie as part of a mandatory evacuation of the community. CTV News has learned some evacuees of the Timmins 9 fire were transported to Barrie by bus, while others left the area on their own in their own vehicles. A volunteer evacuation began Tuesday, but the sudden growth of the fire prompted the mandatory order Wednesday. Meanwhile, forecasted temperatures and dry conditions now has the city of Greater Sudbury as the latest to institute a fire ban. The ban will start Saturday at 12:01 a.m. and will remain in place until conditions are safe to do so. This means all open air fires, including campfires, crop residue fires, and even fireworks are not permitted. Burning permits issued by the city are canceled for the duration of the ban. The township of Bonfield has received $380,000 today for repairs after major flooding last year. The same storm that damaged Samuel de Champlain Provincial Park last June also caused major damage to the community of Bonfield, including roads and other essential infrastructure. According to the nearest weather gauge, 87 millimeters of rain fell in a 2-hour period. The money comes from Ontario's Municipal Disaster Recovery Assistance Program, which reimburses communities for infrastructure repairs after natural disasters. Time for our first check on weather. CTV's Rick Wyman joins us now. And Rick, sounds like we're going to get a little wet this weekend, potentially.
Risk of a thunderstorm overnight and continuing into tomorrow, anywhere from 40 to 60% chance of precipitation for tomorrow. Hopefully that doesn't spoil your weekend. A lot of people today looking for some sunshine. You'll get that on Sunday. Warmer temperatures. Our systems map, courtesy of Environment Canada. Yes, that low pressure system moving through. Then things clear up for a couple of days. Some sunny skies, warm temperatures, and a lot more. Not a bad night in northeastern Ontario. We'll check out the current temperatures as we always do. Coming up just minutes away. Ian?
Thanks, Rick. There's more to come on CTV News at 6. But first, let's go outside to our tower camera here on Fruit Road in Sudbury, where we can see Regent Street off in the distance. It's looking like a beautiful start to the weekend. Some sunshine, a little bit of rain like Rick just mentioned, but that's okay because it's been super dry. Rick will have more on what we can expect. Stay with us. You're watching CTV Northern Ontario.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Police are calling it criminal tourism. Bad actors coming into Canada to commit a crime and leaving before they can be identified. CTV's Janice Golding has more about the types of crimes they're committing and what people should be aware of.
You're looking at a group of men and women Durham Regional Police are calling criminal tourists.
These individuals are entering Canada legally as tourists, using that status to move freely between communities and jurisdictions. Once here, they engage in organized, profit-driven criminal activity.
In total, 46 people are facing close to 1,500 charges, and another 164 arrest warrants have been issued in what police have dubbed Project Jet Setter.
We are seeing the same concerning patterns: large-scale retail thefts, vehicle and financing frauds, staged collisions, distraction-style thefts, and exportation of vehicles and goods.
Some repeat offenses include the dirty oil scam, which CTV News has previously reported on,
where suspects contact individuals selling their vehicle and deliberately damage their vehicle during the test drive or viewing to negotiate a lower price.
Jewelry distraction thefts are also soaring.
These thefts are up 268% compared to this time last year, increasing to 125 incidents and 34 from last year.
Police say the majority of suspects come from Romania, although a small portion come from India, and they travel from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. And that means these crimes are not restricted to Durham region, but extend across Canada. And given we're expecting a massive influx of visitors this summer, police are issuing this warning.
As we approach the summer months and prepare to welcome hundreds of thousands of visitors for the FIFA World Cup in Toronto and across the GTA, we are encouraging the public to remain vigilant. If you see suspicious activity, please report it to your local police.
Investigators say seniors have been the hardest hit. So far, police have confirmed more than $2.6 million in financial losses. Janice Golding, CTV News.
More than $385,000 will support senior active living centers in Nipissing. The provincial funding will support 7 local centers across MPP Vic Fideli's riding. The money will support various programs and activities geared toward keeping seniors active, like weekly dances at the Golden Age Club in North Bay, exercise classes at the Legion and Calendar, and social activities at Mattawa Senior Center. This Sunday, the new Soo Loops transit network will be operational. Along with improved routes and stop frequency, the new Soo Loops network is introducing 4 new routes. The updates will allow for easier transfers, reduced travel times, and connections. The on-demand weekend and evening services will be discontinued starting Sunday and be replaced with hourly fixed route service. There will be no changes to the community bus. A unique fundraiser today in Chelmsford in support of St. Gabriel's Villa Long-Term Care Home. For every test drive today at Belanger Ford, Ford Canada donated funds of up to $6,000 to the villa, and Belanger is matching those contributions dollar for dollar. The local car dealership has had a long history of supporting the nonprofit, including donating the land the facility is built on. This year's drive for St. Gabe's Villa is raising money for the expansion of a music therapy program with a focus on French language. The music therapy program supports patients living with dementia and Alzheimer's, spark recognition, and create meaningful connections.
The funds are going to be used for music therapy for our residents at the home, which is going to be so instrumental in their healing, also in their overall wellness on an ongoing basis. It's a really important part of the care that we provide at St. Gabriel's Villa.
I really think it's really good for the soul for people that have dementia, Alzheimer's. It brings memory back to them, and it's a great cause.
The event was also a celebration of Belanger Ford's 55th anniversary, the 15th anniversary of St. Gabriel's Villa, and the 75th anniversary of St. Joseph's Health Center. Well, Rick and I, speaking of seniors, had the pleasure of becoming volunteer servers today at a luncheon honoring seniors in French River. Organized by the Village des Aînés et des Amis de la Rivière des Français, representatives from the municipality, seniors groups, and Univi gathered at the Albin Community Center to honor the municipality's seniors. 3 seniors, 1 from each community, were also honored for their efforts in giving back to French River. There was a hot meal of chicken, potatoes, vegetables, desserts, and something they said was baseball but looked a little like cornhole. A fun time all around. Speaking of chicken, back now for a check on the current conditions with Rick Wyman. Not sure where I was going with that, but Rick, lots of fun today had with the seniors down in Albin and French River.
No complaints. People just wanting some nice weather for the weekend. So I said, Sunday, how about that? Some said, okay, we'll take what you can give us this evening. So here it goes. We'll have to wait on the 7-day forecast momentarily, Ian, but first our current temperatures as we always begin in Moosonee this evening. 15, some light rain. Cochrane 21, sun and cloud. 23 Timmins with the cloud. Kapuskasing, cloudy skies, and 24 mainly cloudy in Chapleau. 16 in Wawa with the cloud. 22 in the Sioux with the cloud as well. All with the chance of rain this evening, as you'll see in the 7-day forecast. 7-day forecast, of course, will include Perry Sound. 22, we've got sun and cloud. Right now, that's going to change. Sunny skies in North Bay, Temiskaming Shores, and Kirkland Lake. Some sun and cloud. Your temperatures 25, 26, and 21. Greater Sudbury, sun and cloud, 24, 22, mainly cloudy in Espanola, 22 in Elliott Lake, and 19 Gore Bay, some cloudy conditions. 7-day forecast and our pick of the day. You'll like it. Beautiful German Shepherd coming up. Stick around for that and more, Ian.
Love German Shepherds. Thanks so much, Rick. Next on CTV News at 6. Ontario gets a D- when it comes to the annual poverty card, according to Food Banks Canada. And First Nations tell the Premier of Alberta to stop moving the province towards a referendum. Some financial relief arrived today for millions of Canadians in the form of a one-time GST top-up payment. The federal government's New Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit was sent directly to those who are eligible. CTV's Heather Wright breaks down who qualifies and what it means for your wallet.
Peppers, tomatoes, and lettuce are just some of what Sylvie Gagne grows in her backyard. Fresh produce that takes some pressure off her grocery bill.
It's nice to have fresh stuff and just go in the backyard and get it.
According to a report from TD Bank, grocery prices are roughly 30% higher today than they were in 2019. To address the soaring costs, the federal government unveiled the Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit back in January. It's essentially a revamped version of the GST HST credit, with the addition of a one-time top-up payment that began going out today.
It's a significant amount of money, checks up to $533 today for a family of 4.
The program also includes quarterly payments, which Ottawa is boosting by 25% over the next 5 years, aimed at helping lower-income families keep up with rising costs. Who qualifies and how much they might receive all depends on individual or household income. But a single individual could receive a maximum of $679. A married couple could receive up to $890, while a family could receive up to $234 more per eligible child.
I think that the top-up is a really positive sign that the government is thinking seriously about how grocery affordability is impacting Canadians. But there's a lot more that we can be doing.
Michael Widener is a planning professor at the University of Toronto. Among the things he wants to see changed is where Canada gets the bulk of its food from, especially given our reliance on the United States.
We need to think more strategically about where that food is going to come from in the future and what we can grow here in Canada.
And if you qualify for this benefit, there's nothing you need to do. If you're registered for direct deposit, the funds will be put into your account. If not, a check will be mailed to your home. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
This comes as Food Banks Canada issued its annual poverty report card. Ontario received a D-, slightly below the national average of a D+. Quebec had the highest score with a C, and New Brunswick was the only province to fail. CTV's Laura Brown looks at the initiatives the government there is implementing to get their grades up.
On the menu today at this Fredericton school, chicken pot pie. New Brunswick Premier Susan Holt herself behind the counter, serving up a promise to make school lunches available to every child, no matter what they can pay.
An affordable price of $4 for K to 8 and a fully subsidized price for the families that really need it.
It comes the same week as New Brunswick was handed an F on its poverty report card by Food Banks Canada, the only province in the country to fail. Were you embarrassed to see that grade?
Oh, it always hurts when you see, but it reflects the reality that we know. This is what we're hearing on the ground from New Brunswickers.
Do we deserve the F?
Yes. If you're in school and you get an F, it's because you missed out, you didn't study enough.
Food Banks Canada found New Brunswickers are spending too much of their income on housing. The minimum wage remains low, and almost half of the population reported feeling worse off than they did last year.
It's not normal that if you're working full-time, that you need to access a food bank. That's not normal.
No one's saying, oh yeah, everything's just fine. Like, they know that there are things that need to change. And so we're presenting options that we think are going to move the needle.
Food Bank Director Alex Boyd has spent this week urging politicians to take note. He says even tweaks to social programs can make a big difference.
If we can control housing costs and keep them from rising at the kind of level that we've been seeing in recent years, obviously that's a huge impact.
Working toward change so this generation is more food secure. Now, the Premier says this will save families between $900 and $2,000 annually. They're hoping, of course, next year they see a better grade. Laura Brown, CTV News, Fredericton.
A group of First Nations chiefs have written an open letter to the Alberta Premier demanding that she stop a referendum on the province separating from Canada. They claim the Premier is ignoring court rulings that require the province to consult with First Nations. CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports.
This Premier is totally lost. Gone. Got no credibility left.
Chiefs of Treaty 8 First Nations of Alberta say they've lost all trust in the UCP government after the Premier decided to include a question on separation on an October referendum ballot.
The courts have determined time and time again our rights, yet we have a Premier that seems to think that our rights don't matter.
It's not only an attack on our treaty, it's an attack on every treaty in this country.
In an open letter, the chiefs call on the province to immediately cease any attempt to proceed with the separation referendum or related process without full consultation, accommodation, and the free, prior, and informed consent of Treaty 8 First Nations. Last month, a court ruling halted a separation petition from advancing for failing to consult with affected First Nations. The Premier says it is not required since her referendum question is not binding. Her office reiterated that in a statement today.
And that's where I think that the court erred in judgment, and I think it's also anti-democratic, the decision that they made.
The chiefs take exception to the Premier's comments from last week, where she also said the duty to consult should only apply to major projects. They say they can't see any projects going ahead while this question lingers.
We'll take a look at all avenues. That means everything. That means stopping industry. That means maybe going out on the highways. That maybe means doing what we need to do to be heard.
We support responsible development, and we've said that numerous times. But if it's going to come to an attack on our treaty, we're going to do everything we can to protect our people.
Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Some tense moments this morning for astronauts on board the International Space Station after they were placed in evacuation mode over a worsening air leak. The leak was in Russia's portion of the orbital laboratory. Russia's Roscosmos says experts detected 2 oxygen leaks and sealed 1. They were working on the second leak, but those efforts were paused this afternoon. NASA says they've instructed the crew sheltering in the Dragon spacecraft to end the safe haven procedures and return to the space station. There's more news ahead, but first here's your full weather forecast with Rick Wyman. Rick, we're heading into the weekend. Dazzle us.
Yes, some people will like it. Others, I'm not too sure. Let's check out our forecast radar. We've got precipitation moving in, low pressure system, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, risk of a thunderstorm across the northeast. We'll see what shakes, and perhaps that thunderstorm activity could linger into the afternoon as well. Then we've got a clearing trend for a couple of days. Sunday and Monday, some warmer temperatures, loads of sunshine. Then it'll rain again. How about northeastern Ontario overnight? Chance of showers. Again, all with the risk of a thunderstorm overnight. Chance of showers at 40 and 60%. Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, Timmins, Temiskaming Shores, and North Bay. More of the same as well. Moosonee, showers, drizzle. Chance of showers. Again, 40, 60%, and the risk of a thunderstorm in some areas. Just chance of showers, Gore Bay and Parry Sound. Let's take a look now at your 7-day numbers. Sudbury Nickel Belt, we've got the chance of showers tomorrow, 22, risk of a thunderstorm. Sunny skies Sunday and Monday, 26, 28, 28 Tuesday, cloud cover. Then the chance of showers both days at 28 and 29. Hot and steamy, muggy days coming up. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, chance of showers, 30%. 20 your daytime high, sunny skies. I like this. Sunday and Monday, 25, 26. Then the chance of showers 3 consecutive days. 23 going up to 26. One more, 27 by Thursday of next week. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, 40% chance of showers at 20. Sunday, Monday, 26 and 30 your daytime highs with the glorious sunshine. Tuesday, some cloud cover, 29. Chance of showers Wednesday and Thursday at 60 and 30%. 29 your daytime highs, above normal for this time of the year by about 7 degrees. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, chance of showers, risk of a thunderstorm, 22 tomorrow. Warmer with the humidex. Sunday, Monday, 26, 29. 29 on Tuesday, some cloud cover there. Wednesday, Thursday as well. Chance of showers both days at 60 and 30%. And daytime highs around 29. So again, warmer with the humidex. And of course, the threat of rain. You get the odd sunny break. Just muggy conditions. North Bay, West Nipissing. Chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow. 40% showers at 23. 25 Sunday, sun and cloud. Monday, sunshine 27, Tuesday cloud cover 28. Then we have Wednesday and Thursday chance of showers at 60 and 30%, 28 and 29. Normally right across the northeast, your average temperature should be around 21, 22 degrees. So again, with the warm, humid weather above that, and the threat of rain certainly doesn't help with the humidex as well. Let's check out our pick of the day, if you will. Lillian Pakula, let's roll it. Okay, Janice Skinner's daughter has a dog. This dog posed beautifully for the picture at the East Crossing in Capriol. Janice, thanks for the pic. Love the shepherd look. And again, splendid on a beautiful night that taken just a couple of weeks ago. So keep up the good work. Stick around, Ian. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Summer travel season is upon us and nobody wants to get sick while on vacation. Mandy Gaither has tips on how to stay healthy while you're away.
From crowded airports to theme parks thick with people, for many summer means travel, and it can come with consequences.
It's not just you traveling, but it's everyone else as well.
Dr. Daniel Egan with Orlando Health says those crowds and heavily touched surfaces can be hotbeds for germs. Sicknesses that can spread during summer travel include non-polio enteroviruses, which come with cold-like symptoms, respiratory diseases like measles, gastrointestinal viruses like norovirus, vector-borne diseases like Lyme disease or malaria, or if you travel to the southern hemisphere, flu season typically peaks in June, July, and August.
Our summertime is their winter time.
Egan says to stop the spread of viruses, hand hygiene is critical. Use soap and water to wash away the germs and pack sanitizer to use after touching high contact areas like railings. And keep your hands away from your eyes and face. To protect against vector-borne illnesses, choose long sleeves and pants in areas known for ticks or mosquitoes. Use EPA-approved insect repellent and check your body for ticks after being outside. The CDC also says to pack a travel health kit with things like prescription and over-the-counter medicines, and depending on your destination, a mask, insect repellent, sunscreen, aloe, water disinfection tablets, and your health insurance card.
It doesn't mean that it's not safe to take your big trips. All it means is you just have a plan in place.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Sunwing Vacations Group has announced it is suspending operations in Cuba indefinitely. This includes Sunwing Vacations, WestJet Vacations, and WestJet Vacations Quebec. The company announced in April it would temporarily cut Cuban operations, but said they would resume in October. In a statement today, it says it'll reach out to travelers with existing bookings to arrange an alternate destination or a full refund. Sunwing did not give a specific reason, but Cuba has been dealing with a severe fuel crisis driven by the U.S. blockade. Sudbury's Cambrian College has a new piece of heavy equipment to learn from. This week, mining giant Vale donated a scoop tram to the Heavy Equipment Technician program. The program prepares students for a career in heavy equipment mechanics. The company also donated a battery electric Rokian vehicle to the company's Applied Research Division, which will be used for a variety of projects involving the adaptation of battery electric mining equipment. The donation is valued at around $60,000. Pride Week continues in Timmins, and they have a full slate of activities planned for this weekend. This year's theme is Allyship Stand With Us, Allies in Action, which included a training seminar earlier today. Organizers say people learned how to be a good ally, and if you show up with good intentions, you can't go wrong. There's also a rally being planned for tomorrow between 11 and 3 at Hollinger Park ahead of this year's march.
Pride is still political, so we like to say parade because that's fun. But really, we're marching for our rights and to ensure that it's not forgotten. And when people say, "Oh, why is it necessary?" Because it's still an issue. People are still, concerned about anything that's like, we're sharing the drag show, we're sharing the parade and rally, and people are still commenting negative comments. So it's important for us to still keep building that awareness and for folks to feel like they belong.
Fiat Timmins Pride is volunteer run. More information can be found on its Facebook page. More than 150 golfers hit the links to support Collège Boréal's scholarship fund. The annual alumni golf tournament raising more than $75,000 cash and in-kind donations yesterday for the Boréal Foundation. The foundation awarded more than 6,000 scholarships to students this year. Still ahead on CTV News at 6. Teams of 10 roll up their sleeves in the Gateway City to pull a plane across a tarmac, but all for a great cause. We're getting a fascinating look at the deepest points of our Great Lakes thanks to a groundbreaking Canadian robotic expedition capturing rarely seen species. CTV's Adrian Gobriel joined two Canadian filmmakers as they take a deep dive into Lake Superior.
Off the picturesque shore of Michigan's Upper Peninsula sits the largest of the Great Lakes. Lake Superior's surface spans more than 82,000 square kilometers. CTV News has been invited to plunge to historic depths with two Canadian cinematographers documenting the world beneath this expansive blue canvas.
That has been visited only once before in 1985, 1986.
As the shoreline disappears, the journey on the horizon comes into focus.
We're currently heading 50 kilometers offshore towards the deepest point in the entire Great Lakes system. Our destination is an underwater mountain called Big Reef.
Traveling with us is this state-of-the-art underwater drone. This is the only camera of its kind capturing marine life in the Great Lakes.
So it can move in any direction, just like a fish. So when we see a fish, we can kind of get in close to it and become part of the school.
All right, let's do it.
Our initial descent into the deep doesn't disappoint.
We got something interesting down here.
It's our first glimpse of a native Siskiwet lake trout. Superior is the only Great Lake where they're still found.
The Great Lakes are our Serengeti, and the lake trout are the top predators in those lakes. And the Siskiwet have evolved and held on for thousands of years.
The underwater giants use their large eyes to navigate the dark, deep blue waters. There's also redfin trout who use the current created by underwater mountains to soar through the depths. As the camera is pulled out of the frigid water, we move on to our next destination.
We've arrived at the deepest point of Lake Superior for what will be the furthest an underwater drone has ever traveled into the Great Lakes.
We're about to do the deepest dive we've ever done. We're well past 300 now, 308 meters.
The drone reaches 364 meters, uncovering the rarely seen deep water sculpin. The deep dive also showcases boulders below that share a resemblance to the famous pictured rocks that soar high above the water nearby.
It feels amazing to be down here, really, to have the privilege to be able to do this.
The crew are just beginning a 2-year journey into the abyss for their upcoming documentary titled Hidden Below the Great Lakes.
There's nothing more magical than getting to see what's under the waves out here.
A picture-perfect perspective bridging humanity's understanding of a freshwater ecosystem seldom witnessed before. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Munising, Michigan.
Pulling a plane for a good cause. Teams of 10 were at North Bay's Jack Garland Airport this morning for the annual United Way of Northeastern Ontario plane pull. CTV's Eric Tashner reports.
Putting their muscles to the test, Team IG Wealth didn't need to strain to move this 30,000-pound jet aircraft.
We have been strategizing to the best of our abilities on where to stagger, who to go at the front, who to go at the back.
Sizing up the competition is Voyager Aviation's Team Pull Hard method.
We were only 2 seconds off last year, which put us in the top 5. We're really hoping to do a little bit better in podium this year. Yeah, we've been joking around. We're all doing our workout sets at home each night.
The strategy is to work as a unit, hence the team building factor. Just pull as one and you'll be successful.
With all their might, 33 teams had their chance to grip tight, put their backs into it, and pull the twin-engine aircraft 100 feet across the finish line to see who bags the best time and bragging rights.
It really warms our heart because we get to give back where we live, work, and play. That's the key goal for us at Enbridge, for sure.
Team Enbridge was able to collect $8,000 for the plane pull, putting a dent in the United Way's goal of raising more than $40,000.
The community pull for something greater than themselves. We have a plethora of focus areas that we support. We support poverty to possibility, helping kids be all that they can be, and helping the community thrive.
All the money stays local and goes back into the nonprofit's community fund, supporting vital programs and community member agencies within the United Way.
And then we allocate those funds to programs and organizations and agencies throughout the community. We have quite a bit more funded partners this year. Some new ones are Big Brother, Big Sister, the City of North Bay, and E-Fry.
The plane pull has been going on for 8 straight years, with companies showing off their strength and might, raising money and giving back to their community. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
A British actor famous for his roles in shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Ted Lasso, and Merlin has died. Anthony Head was 72 and died after complications with pneumonia. He acted as a mentor and surrogate father figure on the hit 90s supernatural teen show. His daughters say he died peacefully, surrounded by family. Younger fans will recognize Head as Rupert, the wealthy villain from Ted Lasso. The late great Robin Williams is returning to theaters. David Daniel explains in tonight's Hollywood Report.
His father is in the arts.
You do an eclectic celebration of the dance. You do Fosse, Fosse, Fosse. You do Martha Graham, Martha Graham, Martha Graham. Or Madonna, Madonna, Madonna. But you keep it all inside.
The Birdcage is back for its 30th anniversary. The award-winning comedy starring Robin Williams and Nathan Lane returns to theaters on Sunday, June 7th and Wednesday, June 10th. Check fathomentertainment.com for locations and showtimes.
The only thing we have left is hope.
Now that The Boys is over, fans can grab a piece of the popular show. Prop Store and Sony Pictures Television are auctioning off more than 450 pieces of super swag, including costumes worn by Anthony Starr's Homelander, Erin Moriarty's Starlight, Carl Urban's Billy Butcher, and Jack Quaid's Huey Campbell, as well as a set of glasses featuring The Seven. The auction runs through June 30th, with part of the proceeds going to support health care for people in need.
Our mother has a fever.
The deserts are expanding rapidly.
I know what you're thinking. Not another depressing climate documentary. Well, this film is different.
Groundswell looks at regenerative agriculture, which promotes biodiversity. The idea is to heal the planet by healing the soil and feed the world in the process. Groundswell, narrated by Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson, premieres on Prime Video Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The regenerative model, feed the world.
The latest job numbers are out and they beat expectations. Statistics Canada says the Canadian economy added just shy of 88,000 jobs last month. That puts the unemployment rate at 6.6%. This is the first month of job gains in 2026, and it helped wipe out nearly 80% of all job losses so far this year. The unemployment rate for youth aged 15 to 24 also declined by 0.9%. Shares of Lululemon traded sharply lower after the Vancouver-based yoga wear maker cut its profit and sales forecast for the year. Lululemon says its performance is being affected by negative commentary in the media and online about its brand. It also says not all of its product launches have met expectations, and the now resolved proxy contest with founder Chip Wilson did not help. The United States will spend nearly $700 million to support coal-fired power plants and coal exports. The so-called Beautiful Clean Coal event will use the Defense Production Act to offer funds for a new coal export terminal and money to 13 existing plants. The investment will also build 2 new coal plants in Alaska and West Virginia. Broadway just finished its highest grossing season on record, generating $1.9 billion in ticket sales. Revenue, attendance, and ticket prices all rose over the past year. This comes ahead of Sunday's Tony Awards, where winners are boosted by increased ticket sales. The industry's performance shows the demand for live entertainment remains very strong. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is being held at 72 cents US today. West Texas Intermediate is down, closing at 90.19. Western Canadian Select is also down, ending the day at just below $77. And the TSX dipped today, now sitting at just over 34,400. And here are the current prices for some key commodities we watch. Gold is down $146.67, closing the day at $43.28.37 US an ounce. Silver slipped $5.92. Copper is down a penny, and nickel was steady, ending the day at $8.41 US a pound for the second day in a row. Rick is back now for one last look at the weather.
And I'm going to say this publicly: you are a rock star in French River. Albin, Noelville, St. Charles. Wow. This guy he loves the people. He loves the people, and the people love him. Chance of showers for tomorrow in Greater Sudbury, 22 degrees. Warmer with the Humidex. Risk of a thunderstorm. Timmins, 20 as well. Chance of showers. 20 in the Soo. Chance of showers as well. Some thunderstorm activity also creeping into the forecast in Parry Sound. 21, 60% chance of showers. Meanwhile, Temiskaming Shores, risk of a thunderstorm. 22, chance of showers. And in North Bay, risk of a thunderstorm. 23, chance of a shower. So anyways, all in all, a great day hanging out in Albin. Your people, Ian. Glad to be there.
Thanks, Rick. We were glad to have you, and a big shout out to all the seniors celebrated today. Finally, tonight, a Timmins couple is celebrating their 80th wedding anniversary today. Raymond and Teresa Taylor are 99 and 98 years young and still live in their own home. Their children threw them a party, and congratulatory wishes came from as far away as Vatican City. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
Raymond and Teresa Taylor arrived at their 80th wedding anniversary party in their 1948 Plymouth. The couple was then piped into the hall and were greeted by family and friends.
At first, my dad said, well, at 98 and 99, all our friends are gone. I said, oh, you've got lots of people who love you and care for you. There'll be lots of people to come. So he said, okay, let's do another party.
The Taylors were married on June 5th, 1946 in Timmins.
I don't know, it's like any other marriage except it's longer. That's about all I can say. It's been a good marriage. We have 7 kids. And I think it's 22 grandchildren. So it's been quite productive.
He was a good man. A good father and a real good husband, good man. Get mad at him sometimes, but I'm the boss and he's the boss. There's 2 bosses.
Congratulatory certificates also arrived in time from numerous politicians, including letters from Pope Leo XIV and King Charles III.
That's pretty cool.
A clean, simple life filled with love and faith.
is what we always get and what we feel from them as well all the time.
I just love the way they respect other people, and people should respect them because they've been, I don't know, just they lead by example, and they're just wonderful, wonderful, genuine people.
Raymond worked 44 years driving a truck for Brewers Warehousing, and Teresa started off as a telephone operator and also sold Tupperware. They continue to live in their own home, which they built, and where they raised their family. All but one of their children still live in Timmins. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Congratulations, Taylors. That's our newscast tonight. Thanks for spending your Friday evening with us. Angela Gemmell is in tonight at 11:30 for me. Make sure you tune in. For those of you in the Sudbury area, the Caruso Club is holding a massive event this Sunday from 11 to 4 to celebrate the 80th anniversary of the Italian Republic. Lots of fun things to do, and each down on Hague Street should be a fun time. Make sure to check it out. We'll see you next week. The one and only Marina Moore returns, and I'll see you Monday night. Have a great weekend, and good night.